It seems like no matter where you go, somebody is always talking about this upcoming Nintendo system, which everybody is calling the Nintendo Switch 2. And then recently, it looks like some more information coming from the Taiwan Economic Forum is talking system specs, which is something I've been looking forward to hearing ever since we started talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 Boogaloo in a recent episode of the Spectator Mode podcast. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. But before you do, stay here and let's talk about the specs. Actually, before we go on the specs, I just want to say that anything stated here should be taken with a grain of salt because we know how Nintendo is. Don't believe anything until the House of Mario comes out and says, this is what our new system is, this is what our new system is about, so you all can stop speculating. And the name of it is going to be the Nintendo Switch 2, or Nintendo Switch Super, or Super Nintendo Switch, one of the three, who knows. According to this report, the Nintendo Switch 2 will be powered by NVIDIA's T239 chip, will include 8 gigs of onboard memory, and will sport 64 gigs of storage. The battery life apparently will be greatly improved as well, which means this is going to be a hybrid console, and the screen will support 120 Hz. Now let's go back and talk about the NVIDIA T239 chip, because this is the same chip that people speculated last year that this upcoming console would have. The T229 is an advanced mobile processor. It will have, I think that's 8 cores, and will feature NVIDIA's RTX 30 Ampere series. So that's quite a beefy upgrade compared to what's in the Nintendo Switch right now. Again, this is not to be believed until Nintendo comes out, but every report has something different. Seeing how this has information that we also heard from last year, it's a good bet that maybe this is legit. One thing that is bugging me is the fact that this console will only have 8 gigs of onboard memory. Now, if you think about that, that's kind of discouraging given that the recent handhelds such as the Steam Deck or the Asus ROG Ally or the Lenovo Legion Go all come with 16 gigs of memory. Now, if you think back to the Nintendo Switch, this only has 4 gigs of memory, which was something that a lot of developers have been complaining about. Now, for Nintendo to double up on that, but still fall short, is perplexing. The more onboard memory that you have, the more onboard memory you can allocate to running games and also allocating memory to your GPU, unless it's also going to have a dedicated amount of VRAM for the GPU. But again, a lot of this stuff is hearsay. We don't have anything official from Nintendo. In terms of the storage, 64 gigs is definitely not something that I would want, especially since a lot of the games that I play are digital and I download them, say from PlayStation Network or Xbox Live and also on Nintendo's eStore. So that's kind of frustrating, which means Nintendo really wants us to go out and buy micro SD cards to put into the system. I get it, they're not expensive, but at this day and age, it's just frustrating that Nintendo is not thinking forward in regards to an upcoming console. Most people in this day and age download their games. So being stuck with 64 gigs of storage is very frustrating. And I hope that this report isn't exactly correct on that. And maybe we'll get more whenever this new system comes out. But what I do want to talk about is the screen. Now, they did state the screen is going to have 120 Hertz and it may be an LCD, which is kind of weird because we're going backwards. We just got the Nintendo Switch OLED. You would think that Nintendo would want to keep going forward with OLED, just like what Valve has done with the refresh of the Steam Deck. Now, that's not all gloom and doom, because that does sound like it's approaching what's in the Asus ROG Ally, and that is a glorious screen. I love my Asus ROG Ally, and I love the screen, and I would prefer that over the original Steam Deck, and maybe a little bit more than what I do with the updated OLED on the Steam Deck OLED, as that's stuck at 90 Hz compared to the ROG Ally 120 Hz. But getting back to the T239, what really has me interested is it will support NVIDIA's upscaling. It will support DLSS, or for those who aren't familiar with the technology, Deep Learning Super Sampling, which is an AI-based upscaler that helps improve performance and boost frame rates. Now think about that on whatever this system is called. That will be great. It might be enough to get over whatever shortcomings Nintendo has in place, mainly only having 8 gigs of onboard memory, which again, I think it's a really dumb design, if that really is the case. Unfortunately, that's all the information that was released, but we can tell that ever since more and more information about this upcoming console is being released, that Nintendo is getting ready to finally either announce it or tease that it's going to be a thing. More than likely, we will see this console in 2024. As to when that is, it could be summer, it could be the upcoming shopping holiday. We simply don't have enough information, and I'm pretty sure Nintendo will let us know when it is ready to let us know. That said, there's not really much more to talk about, but I really do hope that whenever this new console comes out, we do see a brand new Mario. You know, ever since I was a kid and Nintendo had a console, every time Nintendo released a new system, there was always a Mario game to come after it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of zany, super off-the-wall Mario game they have planned. Sure, Super Mario Wonder was okay, but it kind of felt it was too safe. I was looking for something more like Super Mario Galaxy or Odyssey. So that's what I'm looking for. Or even, heaven forbid, the hell's freeze over, a new F-Zero game. I'm probably one of the biggest fans of F-Zero out there in the world. I've been asking for a new F-Zero game ever since the Wii, and then the Wii U, and then the Nintendo Switch. And of course, Nintendo just basically went, you get no new F-Zero, Keith. You're just going to have to keep suffering. So that is it. I'm hoping for a brand new console. I want to see it as soon as possible. I want a brand new Mario game. I want a new F-Zero game. And I will keep saying that until my days on this earth are done. That said, did you enjoy the video? Is there enough information? Are you excited for whatever this is, the Super Nintendo Pro or Nintendo Switch Pro or whatever the heck this console is going to be called? Are you excited? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, do us a favor by liking the video, leaving a comment below, subscribing to the channel, and sharing the video. We'd greatly appreciate it. Now, if you don't mind me, I'm going to go back and continue praying for an F-Zero. Take care.